Hi everybody, Robert Dyer, and welcome to the Robert Dyer channel Halloween Countdown, where it's hard to believe it's already been a year since Mountain Dew brought out their ice beverage, and it seemed like they had the ice beverage and then the Game Fuel came out, and this year I felt like it was time for Game Fuel. I was looking for it but not finding it. And instead I found, holy smokers, another Mountain Dew Ice, and this one is cherry flavor, and it says lemon lime soda, so we're still in the world of lemon and lime, but with cherry added, and it says with a splash of real juice, which did work out well in the original ice. I'll say that cherry is one of the fruits that is really a hit or miss for me as a drink or other flavoring in various food products. I will say that the cherry and cherry Coke is very good in my opinion, just about perfect, and I love cherry Coke, but then there are other cherry beverages and cherry flavor this and that taste too much like cough syrup to me. So unlike orange or watermelon or some of those more standby fruits, cherry can be a very finicky customer to deal with. So that'll really be what this product will live or die on for me, is do we have something like cherry Coke from a soda fountain in the 1920s, or do we have a bad case of Robitussin, or as Tarnation Bob would say, a Dayquil Coolata. Now, by golly, the aroma does have a little bit of a cherry snap to it. It is a very pleasant cherry aroma. Now for the real test, let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Whoa, that's... Now you definitely get the cherry right in the beginning, and then the tail end of it, it really goes for a loop. I don't know what the hell that was. I mean, you're competing with lemon and lime here too, unlike cherry Coke where the cherry has the whole fruit spectrum to itself against the Coke syrup flavor. Here you've got Mountain Dew and that standard citrus part of it, and citrus and cherry. I don't know if that's a good combination or not. Well, I'll say the cherry it is pretty strong. I'll note that similar to the ice last year and the lemonade thing they brought out that was very good from Mountain Dew, this has a lower carbonation than the standard soda, so it's a little more refreshing. It makes it easier to guzzle, I think.
From the home office in Huber Heights, this is spooky news. From the Sun in the UK, hopping horror. One-legged childlike ghost spotted hopping and screaming at the side of the road. Could be the mythical Gong Goy. Oh, God. Spooky footage has emerged of what some believe is a one-legged childlike ghost hopping and screaming by the side of the road. And some of the 4 million people who have seen the bizarre video are convinced it is a mythical blood-sucking ghoul called the Gong-Goi. According to local folklore, the child-sized monster sucks the blood from sleeping people camping in the wild. The ghostly creature has a long mouth said to look like a large pipe, large eyes, and shocking red hair. It is said to have been cursed to spend the afterlife hopping around on a contorted human leg, screaming, "Gong-Goi! Gong-Goi!" over and over again. Gong-Goi!
Gong-Goi! Woo!
Well, I will say that I think this is one of the few Mountain Dew products that tends to be a disappointment. The overall flavor, it's actually got kind of a watery flavor to it, first of all. I know it's got real juice, but it just kind of tastes watery. But really the downfall for me is the not only that slightly watery element to it, but again, as I warned, the cherry is not as good as the one in Cherry Coke. It's not quite as bad as the most medicinal cherry flavors, but it's leaning towards that side of the spectrum, and even has a little bit of a, an artificial element to it that it certainly doesn't taste like you just bit into a cherry and the juice came squirting out in your mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is just passable. I would definitely, I'll say that there's also only 41 grams of sugar compared to, let's say, 77 for a lot of the Mountain Dews, so certainly one to look at if you're trying to reduce the sugar, but I would go with the original lemon lime ice version. I think that was way better than this. The flavors were all very refreshing, whereas the cherry flavor on this, it just throws it off. It's not something I would expect to buy again, so I'm going to give this just barely a very tepid 3 stars, and let's hope that we have a phenomenal Mountain Dew Gain Fuel coming out in the next few weeks here. Hope you like this video, share it with your friends. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time on this Halloween countdown. Bye, everybody.